I believe we can interpret this title a number of ways. First off, it's straightforward. I'm speaking now. I'm speaking now because, well, I think because the time is now. Because there are people who are willing to listen. So now is the time to speak. It's relevant also because we have a very long history of prominent women, courageous women, raising their voices to speak, to talk about the circumstances of African Americans, of Black people in this country. People like Anna Julia Cooper, who I've mentioned, Mary McLeod Bethune, many other women, Dorothy Height, certainly Michelle Obama, a contemporary woman, and Stacey Abrams, also a contemporary woman. But many times our voices have been ignored. They've been disrespected. We've been talked over, and I think that's particularly true, as you'll remember, in the vice presidential debate, so much so that Vice President Harris had to insist, I'm speaking now.
You're tuned in to the Thinking Out Loud radio show, giving voice to issues that matter to you.
I'm so glad and happy to have noted scholar and author Breena Clarke with us, co-author of Chicken Soup of the Soul. I'm speaking now. Black women share their truth in 101 stories of love, courage, and hope. So happy to have her with us on the Thinking Out Loud radio and TV show. And you know, I want to ask, as a part of the discussion of this book, you have in the title, I'm Speaking Now. I want to know what the significance of now is, as opposed to, other times in history. Why now is significant as a time for Black women to speak?
Well, I believe we can interpret this title a number of ways. First off, it's straightforward. I'm speaking now. I'm speaking now because, well, I think because the time is now. Because there are people who are willing to listen. So now is the time to speak. It's relevant also because we have a very long history of prominent women, courageous women, raising their voices to speak, to talk about the circumstances of African Americans, of Black people in this country. People like Anna Julia Cooper, who I've mentioned, Mary McLeod Bethune, many other women, Dorothy Height, certainly Michelle Obama, a contemporary woman, and Stacey Abrams, also a contemporary woman. But many times our voices have been ignored. They've been disrespected. We've been talked over, and I think that's particularly true, as you'll remember, in the vice presidential debate, so much so that Vice President Harris had to insist, I'm speaking now. The interesting thing is, and we've been asked whether we took our title from that, we did not. We actually had been discussing that title prior to that, so we were very excited when she also said that. Because that's another way to interpret this. To say to those out here, don't speak for me and don't speak over me, because I am speaking now. And now I have something to say. And I think we do have an audience for this. I certainly hope we have an audience. But we are speaking nonetheless. And I believe that to be a very important aspect of the title of this book. And I was interested when I saw the title of your show, your discussion show, um, talking out loud,
Thinking
because
out loud.
that's another aspect. We're often disrespected or sort of shushed up when we raise our voices to say. But again, we are insisting with this book and with this title, I'm speaking now.
Hmm.
That to
I
me is the significance and the
right.
power of it.
Right. And I even like how you emphasize that it's not just in this interview, but I watched the YouTube trailer of the book, and each woman says, "I'm speaking now," and emphasizing
Yeah.
that you know, I need to be heard. I want to be listened
Yes.
to. I'm
Yes.
requiring your attention. And I think that is so very important and well deserved, actually. And I think that's a great part and aspect of this version of Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Hmm. And one of the things that's also important here, too, Michael, is that the women in this volume who are saying, I'm speaking now, and as you say on the trailer, they're looking straight into the camera and
Mm-hmm.
they're asserting themselves. It's really the loveliest part of that trailer. And we're going to be using more of their videos in other ads and that we are running for the book. So they're all sweet. And I mean, I got really filled up to see them because I know for a fact that when we speak, when we as women speak, as Black women speak, we're not only speaking for ourselves, we're speaking for our children,
Mm.
we're speaking for our husbands, our lovers, our spouses, our friends, our parents. We're speaking for all of our community
Mm-hmm.
when we raise our voices as well as ourselves. So it's important. So many of the women here in this volume expressed their particular and very specific views. We've got a section on the stories are all about the experiences of driving as a Black person. And I mean, some of those stories are compelling, and there are humorous aspects to them too. And I want to emphasize that a number of the narratives are really very funny. Some are ironic, some are really sad, and others are really very joyful. So there's a wide variety of tastes and approaches and emotions in this
We
volume.
hope you enjoyed the video you just watched on Thinking Out Loud TV. Do us a favor, guys, and subscribe to the Thinking Out Loud TV YouTube channel. And when you do, hit that bell notification. That way, when a new video is uploaded, you'll be the first one to be notified. Like and comment on the videos that you've seen here on Thinking Out Loud TV, and we'll see you in the next video.